Hey, how's it going? So we got something really cool. I opened up the box already because I just was excited, but it's something that inflates. And we already have a paddle board, so this is something else cool. It's actually called it's like a float tube, but it's actually huge. I got it because we're going to be doing a lot of fishing this summer, and I wanted Wanagi to be able to come along and fish. And we can fish on the paddle board, but in some places we're going to be, you actually can't go fishing from a paddle board. You can fish from a float tube, which is essentially what I bought. It's just a really large float tube, and it's got a space up in the front for Wanagi, and so we're gonna blow it up. It's built like a paddle board, so it's really buoyant, and I'm gonna bring my truck down here in the driveway so I can use the electric pump on it. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. So give us a second, we'll get set up and we'll blow this sucker up and put it together and you can check it out. So here it is. We got it all unpacked and we'll blow up each side. So there's 1, 2, 3 chambers plus the seat and the other part. But it blows up to 3.6 PSI, but we can do this to 3.5, which is plenty. I just don't want to over pump it. So it'll just take a second and we'll get this sucker put together and we'll let you check it out, huh? Well, so we blew her all up. I didn't blow it up, but blew it up with air. And look, it's got that space. Wanagi can sit right in there, and we'll have to try it out. I don't know if she will, but she certainly might sit there and hang over the side or something. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I could come up with I don't think I'd need the backrest necessarily for the seat, although for my back and stuff it might be nice, but we'll see. I think we should try it out. We could do it in the pool. Maybe we'll do that and see if we can get Wanagi in there to float. Anyways, that's the plan. Pool's pretty dirty though, never mind. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I think that's enough room for her to sit up there. I'm gonna take it inside and see if I can get her to sit in there. So, hey, Wanagi, what do you think of the boat? Hey, look, come here. You want to try it out? Come here. Look, what do we think of the boat, huh? Hi, Wanagi. What do you think of the boat? What's your first impression? She's not impressed. Anyways, this is going to be her spot right here. This is my spot right here. We might have to figure something out. We'll figure it out. But look, it's even got oars. It's got a rod holder. It's got a little basket. And then it's got these big bags that go on either side here and here. And I'll put those on. I should do that right now. I'll be right back. So check it out. Wanagi's got her own little place in the drift boat. She can just hang right there. I can just sit right here. Look at this. We are gonna go fishing, her and I. We are gonna go fishing, me and Wanagi. Look, she's got her little place there. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah. Yeah, she's got her place. That's gonna work. I think that's gonna work. You got plenty of room, don't you? I'll get some foam, some waterproof foam. I mean, it's a pretty soft seat, but maybe we'll get some waterproof foam or something to put in there so it's even more comfortable for her. Yeah, she likes it. She's happy. Look, we're in the float tube. Yeah. Yes, we're in the float tube. Wanagi's in the float tube. Yeah, she's gonna go fishing with me. So this is awesome. Cause look, I mean, she's still got plenty of room. She can sit right there and I think she's got plenty of room. She comfortable? Okay, stay right there. Look at that, Wanagi Watercraft. I moved my seat up a little bit more. I think it's enough. I'm hung over a little bit, but let's see. I think it's got Velcro, so it's actually really locked in there. I mean, I think once the seat's underinflated right now, and it's kind of hung over about maybe a third of the seat, but once I blow it up, it'll be pretty solid, and that will afford us. Yeah, that'll work. Look, there we are in the float tube. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. I'm pretty sure. She's got enough room to kick back and she'll be happy. So she's not cramped in there, and that was the whole point of buying it. And I'll figure this seat out a little bit better, but I think if I inflate this seat fully, because it's actually, I just let a bunch of air out of it so I could move it again. Wait here, let me see. One sec. So I think once the seat is fully inflated and then I have the tension on the strap here, it's like that. She's gonna have more than room than I do in here, and I'll still be secure in the float tube. So I think that's gonna work. What do you think, Wanagi? Okay, stay right there, okay? Check it out. It's got oars. It's got these little bags here. It comes with the Wanagi in the front. She's got her own little place to sit. Another bag right there on that side for storage. And they're pretty good sized bags. Put our lunch and some drinks in there. Then we got a rod holder. We got this thing here that you can do work on. And then it's got another place for a fish finder, but I'll probably, we're just kind of sorting stuff out in here, and we're gonna put in a shelf here to start with, and then those plastic bins like I said, and then we'll have these bungee cords. I'll have to raise this up here, and then I'll probably raise this one up to the middle and put a bungee cord across so the bins won't slide out this way. And then we're gonna need to buy 2 more of these to do down here. And then we were gonna buy a refrigerator for in here, kind of a portable, one of those portable cooler refrigerators. And I was trying to get pro deals on them and I couldn't, and they're so expensive. And if I get a refrigerator, the problem is I have a battery bank in here. There's one battery down in here. There's a total inverter kind of thing where the power comes in, it distributes it, and then when the power's in, I can run these things for outlets for charging devices. But basically, I was going to get a solar charger and solar panels and a fridge cooler that would have been like close to this size, and maybe a little smaller, and you know, it's going to cost me so much money to do that. And I contacted all these companies. I told them about my channel. I told them about my fly fishing, my adventures, and I was just looking for a pro deal, and none of them got back to me. So I'm going to do a video that pretty much kind of explains the whole solar industry and all that, and then break it down to the obvious thing was I was going to spend like $3 grand to get a fridge. They're like $1,000 and up, probably $1,200 plus tax. And then a whole solar array, 2 panels, basically 250 to 200 watt panels, plus the inverter charger whole thing. I'm looking at $3 grand with that, just to get that so that I could have cold food instead of buying ice. And then, you know what? I was like doing the math and I'm like, okay, a bag of ice is this much. It's more expensive in the US than a lot of places. But the reality is so when I went and looked, these things were on sale for 25% off. And this is just a 75 gallon or quart, I think 75 quart cooler. It's got a sliding tray. You see this sliding tray here, right here. Still got the plastic on it, but it's a nice deep cooler, has a drain down in there. It has an amazing gasket around it. And then the sides are so thick. And this cooler actually probably weighs about, I'd say it probably weighs 30 pounds maybe without anything in it. And the reason why is because it's so insulated. It's this dense, thick plastic, and then it's injected with foam in between inside this plastic. So it just holds ice. And then with that gasket and these rubber lockdown things, I mean, it was a no-brainer. For the same amount of money, well, not even close, for a fraction of the cost to buy ice in a cooler that'll keep ice without melting for a week. A bag of ice will last in here without melting. Maybe even longer than that, probably. Once everything in there gets as cold, you know, like gets to temperature, then like a couple ice blocks in the bottom and a couple bags of ice standing up, so I can have ice and drinks and things like that. But I'll be able to keep vegetables in here, fish, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to have to worry about solar, someone, you know, laying out the solar every day, hoping there's sunshine, all this. And so I bought this cooler. And then the other thing I bought was a generator that'll go in a locked box up in the front of this, on the tongue of this trailer, in a locked box. And I'll be able to run everything. I'll be able to run my AC. I'll be able to run all this stuff. Whereas in the other way, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And so even in the winter, like hunting and fishing in the winter in places where it's snowy or, you know, in really cold temperatures, is the solar doesn't work. Like literally that's it. If you have cloudy day, you're not getting any charge, and you got to be around to charge that stuff, because otherwise someone could come by and just take it, because it's not going to be mounted on the ceiling or anything like that. So I decided get a generator. It charges much faster, everything. It takes care of everything I need. I can run it and then plug my house plug into the generator on the outside, and I can run all my fixtures. So I can run a high-powered blender. I can get a toaster oven because I don't have an oven. I can get all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're already started with the cooler, and then the cooler actually fits right here, right? It slides right in here perfectly, and it'll block right here, and it only comes to right about there. So still plenty of room here to walk back and forth. And then that cooler is like a step for Wanagi to get up in the bed, because she hasn't been able to get up in the bed on her own. But now that this cooler's here, she'll be able to get up on the cooler and get up into the bed. And I'll have to train her, show her how to do that the first couple times. But before, she'd have to get over here, and she'd put her, when the ceiling's raised, obviously, she put her paws up here because it was too high of a jump for her to get up there, reality is. And so she probably could if she really, really tried, but because she can jump pretty high. But with this step thing, she'll be able to get in and out of the bed a lot easier. And then I don't have to get down in the middle of the night and lift her up when she's whining because she wants to come up in the bed. So anyways, yeah, that's it. So that's what we're doing. We're going to put this shelf in here. We're going to go out, saw the board. We'll bring you along for that. And then we'll come in, put some screws, and that'll be it. And then we'll slide those plastic bins in there. And that's it for today. So